Welcome, my dear students. This is the last part of last video lecture in the series of haloalkane and haloarenes. So today we are going to discuss a few problems related to the concepts that we studied, that we learnt. So actually while we were shooting the videos, so mistakenly I missed one topic. आज वो डिस्कस कर लेते हैं. So let's see, and it is given in the exercise question also. तो यहीं से मैं exercise problems start करूँगा. Right with this question which I missed. Okay, and it says what is ambident nucleophile. Okay, I discussed about the nucleophiles in nucleophilic substitution, but I didn't discussed ambident nucleophiles. Okay, so what is ambident nucleophiles? Okay, ambident nucleophiles. So what was our nucleophile actually? So nucleophiles were electron rich species which attacked the central carbon in nucleophilic substitution. Now we have seen that like hydroxy ion, it gets attached to alkyl group replacing the halogen. एक बाहर जाता है, halogen बाहर जाता है और एक न्यूक्लियोफिल अंदर आ जाता है. Now there are few nucleophiles which can have two active sites, okay, to get attached. Two sites to attach. So two sites to attach, what does that mean? It means like we humans, we have two hands, okay, दो हाथें हैं हमारी. हम किसी चीज को राइट हैंड से भी उठा सकते हैं और लेफ्ट हैंड से भी उठा सकते हैं, है ना. बट व्हेन वी लिफ्ट समथिंग फ्रॉम द राइट हैंड एंड व्हेन वी लिफ्ट समथिंग फ्रॉम द लेफ्ट हैंड, इट्स नॉट द सेम, दे आर डिफरेंट थिंग्स. तो ये एग्जांपल बहुत प्रॉपर तो नहीं है, बट लेट्स सी द प्रॉपर सब प्रॉपर एग्जांपल. सपोज वी हैव साइनाइड, ओके, इन द रिएक्शन ऑफ KCN और AgCN, साइनाइड. सो साइनाइड is one nucleophile which is ambident, okay, this kind of nucleophile. And why cyanide is ambident? Because cyanide has two active parts. Actually it has a negative charge over the carbon and it has a lone pair over nitrogen. So both carbon and nitrogen atoms are, you know, in a state of donating that electron or can use that electron, okay, to behave as nucleophilic center. So cyanide has ability to connect both through the carbon and through the nitrogen. तो क्या साइनाइड हमेशा कभी नाइट्रोजन कभी साइनाइड या कभी कार्बन के थ्रू से अटैच होगा? नो, इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट. ओके, so depending on the situation, the reagent, it is decided whether cyanide ion or the cyanide molecule will attach through carbon molecule or carbon atom or the nitrogen atom. Okay, so let's see the conditions. Suppose I have a reaction of say methyl bromide with potassium cyanide. Okay, what I will get? I will get CH3CN plus KBr. Very simple nucleophilic substitution. Now again let's see, we take same CH3Br but we take AgCN instead of KCN, and we see that the product changes. This time the molecular formula is same, but the atom to which carbon is attached, the linkage has changed. In this molecule, cyanide is connecting through carbon atom, and in this molecule, cyanide is connecting through the nitrogen atom. Now, you must have observed, or you must have understood, that this thing is happening just because we changed the reagent. That means the connection of the cyanide molecule through carbon or nitrogen is dependent on the nature of these two reagents. These molecules are actually responsible for this different behavior of cyanide molecule. So now see why and how KCN and AgCN, that means silver cyanide and potassium cyanide, decides or influences that how cyanide will get attached. Now KCN, well, we will take it in aqueous solution, obviously, in aqueous solution. So KCN is what? KCN is actually a ionic molecule. Okay, so I have written it as Cn negative, but the negative charge is on carbon atom actually. So in cyanide, in KCN, the negative charge is on the carbon atom. Okay, so in this situation, nitrogen atom has a lone pair and carbon has a negative charge. But since carbon has a negative charge, it will get connected to the alkyl part through carbon, and there is a reason that if we connect through nitrogen, then we will have a carbon nitrogen bond, and if we connect through carbon, we will have a carbon carbon bond. Carbon carbon bond is obviously better. So that's why, since both the sites are available, our choice of carbon carbon bond is better than carbon nitrogen. So in case of KCN, since it's ionic, it forms ions, it will get connected through carbon part and we will get a cyano product. Okay, cyano or cyanide product. Now let's take the example of AgCN. We will discuss AgCN. So what happens? AgCN is basically a covalent compound. Okay, it is covalent in nature, but though it's covalent, even it cannot break in ions, but still the lone pair is still available around the nitrogen. That means remaining in the AgCN, the ability of carbon, the ability of carbon to get attached to a different carbon atom like a nucleophile has been lost. Why? Because nitrogen has been blocked from one side by silver and from the other side by nitrogen. So this carbon loses its ability as a nucleophile, but this nitrogen atom is still available as a nucleophilic site because it has a lone pair. So what will happen? The alkyl part will connect through this nitrogen, and subsequently this bond will break in the next step and silver will go out. So we will get a NC. The connection is through the nitrogen, and these type of compounds are called isocyanide or isocyano. So they are isocyanide, and when the connection is through carbon, we will call it cyano. So cyano and isocyano. Okay. Now we have another example of ambident nucleophile. I will just give you the example, and that is nitro. Okay. this nitro group, this is nitro group, and we get this nitro group when we use potassium nitride. Now again, since again like a cyanide, if we take silver nitrate, we will get connection through oxygen, and it will called nitrile. It will be called nitrile. ठीक है? So KNO2 में क्या होगा? नाइट्रेट, ओके, और नाइट्रो कंपाउंड्स, एंड AgNO2 नाइट्राइल. एक्सप्लेनेशन सेम वही है, ओके. ये आयनिक और ये कोवलेंट, ठीक है. तो सेम एक्सप्लेनेशन या सेम चीज को आप यूज कर सकते हो, ओके. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट एम्बिडेंट न्यूक्लियोफाइल्स. नाउ द इंटरेस्टिंग पार्ट. अब मजा आएगा. क्वेश्चंस लेंगे, थोड़े क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करेंगे एनसीईआरटी बुक से. हमारे एक्सरसाइज प्रॉब्लम्स जो भी हैं उनमें से रैंडमली हम कुछ क्वेश्चंस पिक करेंगे और उन्हें सॉल्व करने की कोशिश करेंगे. चलिए एक स्टार्टिंग में पहले तो जो है वो IUPAC नेमिंग से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस हैं, उन्हें मैं नहीं कर रहा हूं. आप इन्हें घर में प्रैक्टिस करें, ठीक है. क्लास 11 में सारी क्लासेस हुई थी तो मैं उस पर ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं दे रहा, टाइम लिमिटेड है हमारे पास. तो मैं ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस एग्जाम में आने वाले या जो रिएक्शन टाइप के क्वेश्चंस हैं उन्हीं पे फोकस करूंगा. बट ऐसा नहीं है कि IUPAC रिलेटेड कोई भी डाउट या क्वेरीज का आंसर मैं नहीं दूंगा, ओके. सो यू गो थ्रू IUPAC प्रॉब्लम्स एंड इफ यू काउंटर एनी प्रॉब्लम you can ask. So one question that is 10.4, and you know that I will give you the question numbers and all the questions are from exercise problem, okay. So no need to be confused that it's example or in text, it's exercise question. So 10.4 says that they have given us three molecules, CH2Cl2, CHCl3 and CCl4, okay. And the question is which one is more polar, that means which one has more dipole moment. I guess the question says the highest dipole moment, okay. Which one will have highest dipole moment? So we discussed the exact this molecule in class 11, but still I am repeating. If I take a rough structure of this compound, it will look like this, okay. It's not the exact structure because the carbon is sp3 hybridized, so it will look somewhat like tetrahedral structure. It has a tetrahedral structure. I have just written it in simple form because the answer won't change or the explanation won't change, okay. So वही बात, जो ताकतवर छीनेगा खींचेगा, ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी. क्लोरीन इज मोर इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव, it will pull, but this chlorine is also powerful, so it will pull also, and both of them are equally powerful. So like two vectors cancelling each other, the dipole created by individual CCl bonds will cancel out. In this situation, this dipole will cancel out, but this dipole will remain because it cannot be cancelled by another. There is no other chlorine to cancel this dipole, so it will have a permanent dipole. Now the last molecule, we can see that here we will have 4 dipoles, okay. 4 dipoles, equal and opposite. Like any other vector, they will cancel each other out. Okay, so CHCl3 will have the highest dipole moment. Okay, answer to question number 10.4. Now let's see another problem. So let's take related to some reaction. Okay, 10.7. Let's take 10.7. So in 10.7 the question is write the equation for the preparation of 1 iodobutane. That means our requirement is we need to prepare 1 iodobutane. So this is the product that we need. So let's write 1 iodobutane. Methane, ethane, propane, butane, 4 carbons and iodine. So this is our 1 iodobutane, because iodine must remain at the first carbon. IUPAC naming says 1 iodobutane. Now the first question is 1 butanol. Okay, so first question says 1 butanol. What is 1 butanol? This is 1 butanol, and from here we want this product. Just focus on what we have studied in last 6 or 7 lecture videos. अल्कोहल टू एल्काइल हैलाइड, तो ये कहां से रिलेटेड है? जनरल मेथड ऑफ प्रिपरेशन. ओके, द क्वेश्चन इज फ्रॉम जनरल मेथड ऑफ प्रिपरेशन, और जनरल मेथड ऑफ प्रिपरेशन में अल्कोहल से एल्काइल हैलाइड कैसे बनाया था हमने, कौन कौन से रिएजेंट थे? तो वी कुड हैव यूज्ड एसिड, वी कुड हैव यूज्ड phosphorus trihalides, and for iodine you can remember that phosphorus trihalides are directly not prepared, they are taken in as a mixture, red phosphorus, iodine in presence of red phosphorus, और क्या हो जाएगा? डायरेक्ट प्रोडक्ट हमें मिल जाएगा. ओके, सो पहला क्वेश्चन सॉल्व हुआ. अब दूसरा देखते हैं, इसमें और क्या है? 1 क्लोरोब्यूटेन. चलो अगला क्वेश्चन है 1 क्लोरोब्यूटेन. अब हमें क्लोरोब्यूटेन से इसे कन्वर्ट करना है, यानी कि क्लोरीन के जगह में आयोडीन आना है. ओके, सो यू हैव टू एक्सचेंज क्लोरीन एंड आयोडीन. ओके, सो व्हाट टाइप ऑफ रिएक्शन इज दिस? So you will see that this is halogen exchange. This is halogen exchange. And how halogen exchange is done? We will take sodium iodide. Okay, sodium iodide in presence of acetone, and what we will get? We will get our required product. Now the conversion has been done. Okay, please comment in the comment section. Please tell me the name of this reaction. Okay, we have discussed this is a named reaction, so please drop comments. What is the name of this reaction? Okay, this is halogen, but it has a particular name. Now the last question is but1in. So this is our but1 or butene, because double bond is at the terminal carbon. Now see the answer. The answer should come to be, the iodine must come to the terminal carbon. That means this carbon, not this carbon. Okay, if we get iodine on this carbon, then what will happen? We will get 2 iodobutane, but we need 1 iodobutane. So first thing, we know that we must take HI. It's easy. But now we have to focus on something, or we have to remember that when we add HI, what happens? It will follow Markovnikov addition rule. Okay, it will follow Markovnikov addition rule. Now, if it undergoes Markovnikov addition, what will happen? Iodine will go to the second carbon because it is more substituted. So we will get 2 butane, but we don't want 2 iodobutane. We want 1 iodobutane. So iodine must go to the terminal carbon. So in order to, change the course of the reaction, or just to, इसे उल्टा करने के लिए, रिवर्ट इट, हम क्या करते हैं ऐसे रिएक्शन में? एंटी मार्कोनिकॉफ के लिए क्या होता है? peroxide. Any peroxide will do. और प्रोडक्ट क्या हो जाएगा? One iodobutane. ओके, 1 iodobutane. सो ये क्वेश्चन हो गया. एक और क्वेश्चन देखते हैं, थोड़ा वैरायटी का क्वेश्चंस लेंगे. ओके, वी विल सी, सो दैट वी कैन कवर अ लॉट ऑफ, almost all the reactions or all the topics that we discussed. Okay, अब अगला क्वेश्चन है 10.9. सपोज लेट्स टेक 10.9. इट्स अ वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. और 10.9 says which compound in each of the following will react faster in SN2. That means the question is about SN2 reaction, first thing, and they are asking that we have to tell which one will react faster. We will be given 2 molecules, and out of these 2, which one will react faster in SN2 with hydroxyl ion. It doesn't matter whether it's hydroxyl ion or it's any other nucleophile. The mechanism will remain same anyway. Okay, so let's see. So in the first question, we have CH3Br and we have CH3I. Okay, कौन सा कंडीशन? दूसरा कंडीशन जो हमने सीखा था. क्या सीखा था? What we learned? That if we keep the alkyl part same and if we change the halogen part, okay, higher halogens tend to leave easily. That means iodine is a better leaving group. It will leave easily. So obviously, what will happen? This will have a higher rate, or it will react faster in SN2 reaction. Okay, now let's see the second question. The second question is Cl or CH3Cl. Well, this is the same example that I discussed with you while I was lecturing this topic on SN2. It's a 3-degree alkyl halide. This is 1-degree alkyl halide. The overcrowding of methyl group will prevent nucleophile from attacking it from the back side. So obviously it will have a slower rate, it will react faster. in SN2, and mind it, all the answers are correct because we are discussing SN2. If we would have given SN1 reaction, then let's see if I change it to SN1, what happens, what will happen. Okay, so if I change it to SN1, nothing will change here. In this question, in question 1, nothing will change here. Even if I take SN1, the mechanism related to bromine and iodine remains the same. The concept is same. Iodine is a better leaving group. Okay, but in the second question, now since the mechanism has changed, so the rate has also changed. Now it will react faster than the second one. Why? Because it will produce a 3-degree carbocation, and this is 1-degree carbocation. 3-degree carbocations are more stable, so the first one will have a higher speed. Okay, now let's go to some other questions. Let's see. 10.12, in 10.12, actually I want to take variety questions, some related to reaction, some about reaction related questions, conversions, then physical property, all the parts. 10.12 is explain why type question. So the first question is, the dipole moment of chlorobenzene is lower than that of cyclohexyl chloride. This is chlorobenzene and this is cyclohexyl chloride, and the question is that cyclohexyl chloride is more polar, okay, or has a higher dipole moment. Now, why this has higher dipole moment than this one? The answer is very simple again. Stick to the basics. This carbon over here and this carbon over here, we will discuss about these two carbons. So this carbon over here is sp2 hybridized, and this carbon over here to which the chlorine is attached is sp3 hybridized. Okay, so this is sp2 hybridized and this is sp3 hybridized. In chemical bonding, okay, actually एक स्माइल सी आ जाती है जब भी मैं केमिकल बॉन्डिंग का नाम बोलता हूँ, तो मुझे 11 वाले क्लासेस याद आ जाते हैं कि अच्छे से पढ़ो, हर जगह आएगा और हर जगह आ रहा है ना। 11 वाली चीज़ें हर जगह आ रही है, बार बार रिपीट हो रही है, ठीक है, और होंगी, आगे भी होंगी। तो ओके, सो sp3 hybridized carbon has a lower S character and sp2 hybridized carbon has a comparatively higher S character, and as S character increases, we know that electronegativity increases. So in this case carbon is comparatively more electronegative compared to this carbon, okay, because this is sp3. So the dipole that will be created will be a weaker dipole than in this case, okay. So that's the reason why chlorobenzene has a lower dipole moment than cyclohexyl chloride. Now I have given you the reason, okay, but I have not constructed the sentence, okay, that the carbon one has a sp3 hybridized carbon and so on, okay. I am not writing that. Why? It's your question. you have to prepare an answer. You know the reason, okay? Just try to write down answer in your own language, okay? You know the you know the concept, you know the reason behind this question, so try to answer the question, okay? Now there is there are two other explain why questions. The second question says alkyl halides though polar are immiscible in water, okay? Actually question is not totally correct, because alkyl halides are not totally immiscible in water. Actually they are not soluble in all the proportions, and lower alkyl halides are actually miscible in water. So question is not totally correct, but yeah, they are not go very well with the water, okay? They are not soluble to high extent. And the answer to this question we have already discussed, that alkyl part is hydrophobic in nature. So though it has a polar part, it has a polar CX bond, but still because of this hydrophobic alkyl group or non-polar alkyl group, and if this alkyl group is too bulky, if it dominates the molecule, so non-polar part will be dominant and it will be immiscible in water, okay? So that's the reason behind the second question. We have already discussed it. Now the next question, Grignard reagents should be prepared under anhydrous condition, okay? So we have not discussed this part, so let's see the answer to this question. Well, one thing that we have discussed is what is Grignard's reagent. So what is Grignard reagent? RMgX. When alkyl halides react with magnesium, metallic magnesium, they form Grignard's reagent. And we have discussed that Grignard's reagent is a very special class of compound, very important in organic chemistry. Why? We can prepare all the functional group containing organic compounds using this Grignard reagent. So it's important. Now what is the question? The question is that Grignard's reagent should be prepared in anhydrous conditions. What do you mean by anhydrous condition? That there should not be any moisture, okay, or presence of water molecule. And why is that? Why there should not be any water molecule present? Because Grignard's reagent are highly reactive. They react violently with water, forming alkane, corresponding alkane, okay? They'll hydrolyze to alkane. So if any moisture is present, or if any water molecule is present, they will hydrolyze and convert to alkane. So we will not get the Grignard reagent part, okay? So to prevent that, it is prepared in anhydrous conditions, okay? So that's your answer. Write down this reaction and construct a statement, okay, using it. Let's see some other questions. Let's see 10.10. It is related to elimination. So let's take one from elimination also. From the elimination mechanism, let's see. It says predict the alkenes that would be formed by dehydrohalogenation of the following halides with sodium ethoxide and in ethanol, and identify the major alkene. So first question is 1-bromo, 1-methyl, okay, 1-bromo, 1-methyl cyclohexane. Cyclohexene or hexane? It says hexane, okay. So hexane. So now what we are going to do, we are going to dehalogenate it, okay? Dehalogenation means Dehalogenation means elimination. So suppose if this is our cyclohexane, one bromo, one methyl, okay. What is the reagent? The reagent is sodium ethoxide, I guess. Yeah, sodium ethoxide. So this is sodium ethoxide. This is sodium ethoxide, or you can write C2H5ONa also, same thing, they have same molecular formula, in presence of alcohol or ethanol, same thing, ETOH actually, ethanol. Okay, so this is the reaction, and we know that since this is alcohol, so it will act as a base and it will remove this bromine. Okay, so what are the possibilities? We know a beta elimination will take place. So this is beta carbon, this is beta carbon. So there is a probability that we can remove hydrogen from here, or we can remove a hydrogen from here, but we have one other possibility also, that we can remove a hydrogen from this carbon also. Okay, because obviously it's a beta carbon also. Okay, so it is also a beta carbon. Now if we check this reaction, you will see that whether double bond appears here or whether double bond appears here, we have if you write down its IUPAC name, actually they are not isomers. That means let me tell you in clearly. If I put double bond here and methyl here, this is the product that will form. Okay, if I remove one hydrogen from here, and this will be the product if I remove hydrogen from this carbon. But actually they are same products, so let me remove this because they are identical. Okay, so one another possibility is this one. Okay, this is another possibility, because obviously this carbon is also a beta carbon, so elimination can take place here also, and we will see it will be the major product, obviously, because this product is Saint-Jeff's product, isn't it? It's following the Saint-Jeff's rule. Okay, so it will be the product. Now let's see one more example from elimination. एक और देखते हैं एलिमिनेशन का, उसके बाद फिर अगले क्वेश्चन में जाएंगे. So let's take a difficult one. Okay, 2,2,3 trimethyl 3-bromopentane. That means the question is 2,2,3 trimethyl, then I guess it's 3-bromo 3-bromopentane. Okay, this is the question. So now it has 2,2,3 trimethyl, so we have got 2 methyls and we will get the last one here. So now it's 2,2,3 trimethyl. Okay, 2,2,3 trimethyl 3-bromo. Let's change its color. Let's take it black. Now it's easier. We know that we will have to remove this bromine. Okay, Now, if I take the same this reaction as the example, what was the reagent? The reagent was sodium ethoxide in presence of ethanol. So an elimination will take place. Now we have two possibilities over here. Okay, we have two possibilities, and let's check those probabilities. So this carbon to which bromine is attached, this carbon is attached to three different beta carbons. This is the beta carbon, this is the beta carbon, and this carbon is also a beta carbon. Okay, so we have three beta carbons, this and this. Now this beta carbon, the choice of using this beta carbon is already gone. Why? Because this carbon has no replaceable hydrogen, or there is no hydrogen to remove from this carbon. Okay, so we are left with these two carbons. Okay, and out of these two carbons, this carbon is more substituted. We can see that removing hydrogen from this carbon will give us more substituted alkene product. Okay, so first of all we will write down the two possible products, and then we will see which one is major product. So one possibility is this, and another possibility is so these are the two possibilities, and it will be our major product, as this one is our Saint-Jacques product. Okay, so we have taken a elimination example. Now there is a example, there is a exercise question 10.14. okay, so in 10.14 the first question is, a chlorine compound reacting with sodium iodide. Okay, let's check 10.14. it's not that difficult. The first question is something like CH3 CH2 CH2 Cl reacting with sodium iodide, I guess, in presence of dry acetone. Dry acetone, yeah, this is the compound. So what is the product? It's halogen exchange, obviously. So halogen exchange, I will not tell you the name of this reaction, okay, because स्टार्टिंग ऑफ दिस वीडियो यही क्वेश्चन तो पूछा है मैंने, तो यही क्वेश्चन पूछा कि इसका नाम क्या है इस रिएक्शन का. ओके, तो अभी भी इस रिएक्शन में भी नाम नहीं बताऊंगा मैं. इट्स अ नेम्ड रिएक्शन. टेल मी द नेम इन द कमेंट्स. व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ दिस रिएक्शन? तो चलिए, कुछ क्वेश्चंस हमने डिस्कस की, कुछ क्वेश्चंस है जो मैं यहाँ से आपको डिस्कस नहीं करके दे रहा हूँ. बेसिकली इतना आइडिया तो मैंने आपको दे ही दिया कि आप एनसीईआरटी एक्सरसाइज प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर सकते हैं. यू कैन सॉल्व ऑल द प्रॉब्लम्स इफ यू गो थ्रू द लेक्चर्स केयरफुली. ओके, एंड इफ यू practice these reactions regularly. Okay, practice is very important. You need to practice all the questions. Now I have previous year question papers. Okay, so now let's see what kind of questions are being asked in the examination. Okay, so then we will get a better idea regarding what we have studied. Did we studied well, or if our preparation is complete. So let's take some questions from previous year question papers. So one question is, it's how will you convert, that means it's a conversion. There are questions related to conversion where you have to convert one molecule to another. So question is, how will you convert ethane to bromoethane? That means you are required to convert ethane to bromoethane. Okay, so it's obviously general method of preparation, because we are trying to convert something to alkyl halide, okay, from any other compound. So that's it, that was covered in the section of general method of preparation. So ethane is hydrocarbon, so we already know that alkanes, to convert the alkanes we need to react bromine in presence of sunlight or heat, and we will get bromoethane. Okay, so we will get bromoethane. We have to control this reaction because it's a chain reaction. Okay, so and it is asking for one step solution, so you can do this. Second question says convert aniline to chlorobenzene. So second question is aniline to chlorobenzene. Okay, and the questions that we are discussing is from 2019. Okay, so AHSEC HS exam 2019, we are discussing from 2019 questions. So aniline to chlorobenzene. So let's see how will we convert aniline to chlorobenzene. We know that this is Sand-Meyer's reaction. We have already discussed this reaction. This is aniline. In the first step we take NaNO2 plus HCl. Then NH2 will be converted to what? N2Cl, benzene diazonium chloride. And then in the next step we take cupric chloride. In general method we took simply we used cupric halide X2. So here the question is specifically for chlorine, so instead of X I am using chlorine. Okay, the next question is benzene to biphenyl. Benzene to biphenyl. That means final product should be like this. This is biphenyl. Okay, so we want this product from a single benzene. So how will we do that? Now to answer this type of question you have to connect, okay, the reactions that you have learned. Okay, so connecting two benzenes or connecting two alkyl groups, we have seen a particular kind of reactions, and those were Urge reaction and Fittig reaction. Okay, in Urge reaction what we did, we added two alkyl groups, and in Fittig reaction we added two benzene rings or aryl groups. Okay, so it it is clear that we need to perform a fatigue reaction here in order to get that. But to perform a fatigue reaction, we must have a aryl halide, but we don't have aryl halide here. So what is our job? The first job will be to convert the benzene to bromobenzene or chlorobenzene. Let's take bromobenzene then. So we will try to convert this benzene first to a bromobenzene, and in order to do that, what we can do, we can perform electrophilic substitution, or simply Fe in dark. Okay, and what will happen? We will get a bromobenzene. Now if we take 2 sodium in presence of dry ether, what will happen? 2 bromobenzene molecule will add up together, and finally we will get our biphenyl product. So this is how we convert benzene to biphenyl. Okay, so from the same academic year, that means 2019, we have another question. N-butyl bromide has a higher boiling point than T-butyl bromide. Okay, so I need not to answer this question because I have already discussed in the boiling point physical property part, and I use the same example. So that's why I'll not answer this question for you. You can go to that video, just go through that video again, and you will see that you'll get the answer to this question. Second, racemic mixture is optically inactive. Again, go to the optical activity video and see. There I have already discussed why racemic mixtures are optically inactive. Okay, then there is another question. What are ambident nucleophiles? Give 2 example in the same video that we are doing right now. We have already discussed ambident nucleophile and 2 examples. Okay, so this is the question from 2019. Let's take another paper. Let's see 2018 question paper. Okay, so in 2018 we have few questions. Yeah, so we have a question here. So first question is you have to predict the major product, and the question is like this, that CH3 CH double bond CH2 plus HI, and the product is CH3 CH2 CH2I plus CH3 CHI CH3. So these are the 2 products, and you have to tell which one is major product. Alkene HX, Markovnikov addition. Okay, iodine coming to the more substituted carbon, iodine going to the less substituted carbon. Major product. Do you see how easy the questions are? And these are the questions being asked in the final exam. Okay, so these are final exam question paper, and they are quite easy. You have to just go through these video lectures. These video lectures will do, and practice as much as you can. Just write down all the reaction 10 to 15 times. Okay, if you cannot memorize the reaction, because sometimes you have to memorize some reactions. So if you are not able to memorize it, just write it down 10 to 15 times, and you will never forget that reaction. It's easy. You have to work hard. There's no other way. Okay, so try a bit harder, but it's not difficult. Just it takes some time to memorize them. Okay, আৰু সায়েন্সৰ ষ্টুডেন্ট হৈ কষ্ট নকৰিলে কেনেকৈ হ'ব? पढ़ना तो पड़ेगा ना, तो थोड़ा पढ़ लो और बाकी तो रब राखा, गॉड विल टेक केयर। सो Cl2 anhydrous AlCl3 and we have two products. One ortho and one para. Now I don't think anything easier than this can come in the examination. Okay, nothing, it's the most easiest that we can expect in our examination. The reaction has been written, you are just asked to choose the major product, and we know para is symmetric major product. Okay, so I hope you understand that why we have prepared this video for you. Okay, and you must also go through these videos carefully, because it takes a lot of time, lot of effort to prepare these video lectures, and all these video lectures are for your betterment, so that you can score well, so that you can perform well in your examination. Okay, next question. अब अगला क्वेश्चन देखते हैं. Okay, as usual the question is like CH3Cl plus OH negative and the product will be CH3OH plus chlorine negative. Okay, classic example of substitution, nucleophilic substitution reaction. And what is the question? The question says write the mechanism. So write the mechanism, SN2 mechanism. Just write down the SN2 mechanism for this reaction. Okay, and I have already gave that lecture. Just go through that lecture and you will easily be able to write the reaction mechanism of this reaction. Okay, just write down the SN2 mechanism for this reaction. Okay, second question is CH3 CH2 CH Cl CH3, again hydroxyl ion, and the product is CH3 CH double bond CH CH3 plus Cl negative. Okay, so last one was substitution. This is clearly an elimination reaction. This is clearly a situation of beta elimination. Okay, and beta elimination is taking place at this carbon, from this carbon, because it's more substituted. Okay, so beta elimination. So what you have to do? Yes, you have to go through the elimination video. Okay, go through elimination video and you will be able to write down the mechanism for this reaction also. Okay, so actually since we have discussed all these things, I'm not writing them down again and again. Okay, because सब मैं ही करूंगा तो आप लोग क्या करोगे, है ना? तो कुछ आप भी करो और कुछ हम भी करेंगे. तो हम क्या करेंगे, हम एक एक करके क्वेश्चंस आपको दिखाएंगे कि कैसे क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं या आते हैं और हमने सही से कवर किया या नहीं. ओके, द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज फ्रॉम okay, and the last questions were 2018. Now we will take HS 2017 questions. These are from 2017 examination. The mechanism question and major product questions were from 2018, and 2019 questions we discussed earlier. So now let's see 2017 questions. So the question is A plus Na plus CH3Cl ether. The product is this plus NaCl. Okay, which reaction? Urge-Fittig, okay, because there is sodium here. So Urge-Fittig reaction, that means Na should be a alkyl halide. What kind of alkyl halide? This alkyl part is coming here. So the rest part is the A. That means this will be the A. So this is our answer. This is A, the A that they were asking. Okay, this is the answer. Now let's see another question. The second question is easier than this actually. The second question is, we have just discussed in a conversion actually. So second question is plus 2Na ether A NaCl. Obviously, Fittig reaction, 2 molecules of benzene biphenyl. Okay, let's write the product over here. Okay, instead of A, I will write down the product. So 2 biphenyls will get attached like this. 2 biphenyls plus 2 NaCl. This is our A, required A. Answer finished. See how easy the questions are in the examination. Okay, they are not that difficult. You have to just practice a lot. Next question from 2017 is, what is racemic mixture? And give one example. Go to the racemic mixture class, optical activity lecture. Go through that lecture carefully and you will find answer to this question. So in today's lecture, I have discussed questions from the previous year examinations. I have discussed question from NCERT exercise, and I hope that now you will have a clear idea about the questions that are being asked in the exam, so that you can prepare well for your final exams. Okay.